Every single day, you make hundreds, maybe even thousands of buying decisions. You decide to buy that coffee, you click add to cart on that cool gadget, you subscribe to that streaming service. Some of these decisions feel smart, like you just got the deal of a lifetime. But what if I told you that most of them, almost all of them, are not your decisions at all? They're manipulated. You are being systematically tricked, not just once in a while, but constantly. Every single second you're online or in a store. There are entire teams of marketers, psychologists, and data scientists whose only job is to understand your brain better than you do, just so they can get you to spend more money. What if I told you that the price you think is a discount is actually a carefully crafted illusion? That the urgent feeling you get to buy something right now was manufactured by a company just moments before you saw it? You're walking through a minefield designed to empty your wallet, and you don't even see the mines. In this video, we are pulling back the curtain and exposing every single one of these hidden traps. We're going to uncover the secret psychological tricks that modern marketing uses to control your spending habits. And more importantly, I'm going to show you exactly how to escape them, for good. This isn't just about saving a few bucks here and there. This is about taking back control of your own choices and your own money. The feeling of buyer's remorse, that sinking feeling you get when you realize you spent too much on something you didn't even need. That's the feeling of being manipulated. These companies have spent billions of dollars perfecting these techniques, from fake discounts designed to fool you, to store layouts that psychologically drive you towards more expensive products. Your spending isn't always your choice, and that's a massive problem. But by the end of this video, it finally will be. I promise you, after you see what I'm about to show you, you will never look at a sale sign the same way again. You'll be able to walk into any store or browse any website and see the matrix. You'll see the tricks, you'll understand the psychology, and you will become immune to them. We're going to arm you with the knowledge to turn the tables on these marketers and become the smartest shopper you know. So get ready, because we are about to change the way you spend money forever. Alright, let's start with the biggest, most common trap of them all. The fake discount. You've seen it a million times. A TV that was supposedly $2,000 is now magically on sale for just $999. It feels like you're saving $1,000, an incredible, unbelievable deal. You feel like a genius for spotting it. But here's the secret they don't want you to know. That TV was probably never, ever sold for $2,000. That original price is a complete fabrication. A psychological weapon they use against you called price anchoring. It's designed to make the sale price look like an absolute steal in comparison. Your brain can't help it. The first number it sees, that big inflated $2,000, becomes the anchor. It sets your expectation for what the product is worth. So when you see the $999 price tag next to it, your brain doesn't evaluate if $999 is a fair price for that TV on its own. Instead, it only sees the massive gap between the anchor and the sale price. It screams, "Wow, that's 50% off! I'm saving a fortune!" You're not focused on the money you're spending, you're focused on the money you're saving, which is an imaginary number they invented to trick you. They are literally hacking your perception of value. This is one of the oldest and most effective tricks in the book. Retailers will list a product at an absurdly high price for a very short period, maybe just a few days, just so they can legally claim it was its original price. Then, they slash it down to the price they always intended to sell it for, and they market it as a massive, limited-time sale. They are creating a false history for the product to manipulate your decision-making in the present. You feel a sense of urgency and a fear of missing out on this incredible deal that was never really a deal to begin with. It's a complete illusion. So how do you fight back against this? How do you break free from the anchor? It's actually super simple. You need to become a detective. Before you even think about clicking buy, you need to ignore that fake original price completely. Open a new tab and use a price history tool. There are websites and browser extensions that track the price of items on major retail sites over time. You can see if that $2,000 TV was actually listed for $1,100 just last week, making the current $999 price a tiny discount, not a massive one. You have to do your own research because they are counting on you not to. Okay, so you've checked the price history and you know the discount isn't as amazing as it seems. But the trap doesn't end there. The next step these companies rely on is that you'll be too lazy to check their competitors. They want you to believe that their sale is the best deal you're going to find anywhere, period. They're creating a tiny, isolated bubble where their price looks fantastic because you have nothing else to compare it to. They are hoping you'll see the discount, feel the urgency, and make an impulse purchase right then and there without looking anywhere else. It's a strategy that works millions of times a day. Think about it. You're on one website, you see a product you want, and it's 30% off. The mental effort to stop, open new tabs, search for the exact same product on 3 or 4 other websites, and compare prices feels like a hassle. Marketers know this. They design their websites to be as smooth and frictionless as possible, guiding you from the product page to the checkout in as few clicks as possible. They don't want you to pause. They don't want you to think. They definitely don't want you to leave their site to see if their competitor is selling the exact same thing for even cheaper. This is why comparison shopping is your ultimate superpower. It is the single most effective way to ensure you are not getting ripped off. Before you commit to any purchase, especially a big one, you have to treat it like a mission. Check at least 2 or 3 other major retailers. Look for the same model number, the same specifications. You will be absolutely shocked at how often you find the same item for 10%, 20%, or even 30% less somewhere else. The sale on one site might actually be more expensive than the regular everyday price on another. So let's make a new rule. From now on, before you buy anything that costs more than, say, a pizza, you absolutely must check at least 2 competitors. No exceptions. It might take you an extra 2 minutes, but those 2 minutes could literally save you hundreds or even thousands of dollars over the course of a year. Don't let their manufactured urgency rush you into a bad decision. Take a deep breath, open those new tabs, and play the comparison game. It's a game they are hoping you won't play, which is exactly why you need to master it. Now for the next trick, and this one preys on one of the deepest, most primal fears in the human brain, the fear of missing out, or FOMO. This is the scarcity illusion. You're browsing online, you find a pair of sneakers you love, and right next to the Add to Cart button, you see it in big red letters. Hurry! Only 3 left in stock. Your heart starts beating a little faster. Your brain switches into panic mode. You think, oh my god, only 3 left in the entire world? If I don't buy this right now, someone else will and I'll never get it. You click buy without a second thought. But here's the dirty secret, that only 3 left. Message is almost always a complete and total lie. It's not real scarcity. It's artificial scarcity. It's a line of code, a simple psychological trigger that a company can turn on and off whenever they want to boost sales. They might have a warehouse with 10,000 of those sneakers sitting there, but they know that telling you that won't make you buy. Telling you that you're about to miss your chance forever? That's what gets you to smash the buy button. They are literally faking a crisis to manipulate you into an impulse purchase. This tactic is incredibly effective because it shuts down the logical part of your brain. When you perceive something as scarce, it suddenly seems more valuable. It's a survival instinct left over from our caveman days, when finding a rare source of food or water was a matter of life and death. Marketers have hijacked this ancient instinct for their own profit. They create a false sense of competition. You're not just buying a product anymore, you're competing against other invisible shoppers who are also about to snatch up the last one. It's a manufactured race, and they are the ones firing the starting pistol. Flash sales are another version of this exact same trick. 50% off for the next 24 hours only. A countdown timer appears on the screen, ticking down the seconds, increasing your anxiety with every tick. It creates immense pressure to act now and think later. The truth is that sale will probably be back next week, or the week after that. But the countdown timer doesn't want you to know that. It wants you to believe this is your one and only shot. They are creating a scarcity of time, which is just as powerful as creating a scarcity of product. It's all an illusion designed to rush you. So you're staring at the screen. The countdown timer is ticking, the only 2 left. Warning is flashing and your finger is hovering over the buy button. How do you possibly resist this level of psychological pressure? It seems impossible, but the solution is surprisingly simple, yet incredibly powerful. You need to do one thing. Pause. That's it. Just pause. Don't close the tab. Don't walk away. Just force yourself to stop and take 3 deep breaths. This tiny little action is like a system reboot for your brain. It's your secret weapon against their manufactured urgency. When you pause, you are giving the logical, rational part of your brain, the prefrontal cortex, a chance to catch up with the panicked, emotional part of your brain. The initial wave of FOMO and anxiety starts to fade, and you can begin to ask yourself the important questions. Do I actually need this right now? Was I planning to buy this today before I saw this urgent message? Or am I only feeling this pressure because a website is telling me to? That simple pause breaks the spell. It shatters the illusion of scarcity they've worked so hard to create. Here's a challenge for you. The next time you feel that intense manufactured urgency to buy something online, add it to your cart, but then close the tab. Just walk away from your computer or put down your phone for at least 1 hour. Go for a walk, watch a video, do anything else. I can almost guarantee that when you come back an hour later, the intense need you felt for that item will have completely vanished. You'll be able to look at it objectively and decide if it's something you truly want or if you were just caught up in the marketing hype. This strategy puts you back in the driver's seat. You are no longer reacting to their triggers. You are making a conscious, deliberate choice. Remember, real, genuine scarcity is incredibly rare in today's world of mass production. Almost everything you want to buy will still be there tomorrow, next week, or next month. The companies are just pretending it won't be. By implementing the strategic pause, you call their bluff every single time. You give yourself the space to think, and in that space, you take back all the power. They can't rush you if you refuse to be rushed. Alright, so you walk into a store or you're scrolling online and you see something like this. A small popcorn for $3, a medium for $6.50, and a large for $7. Your brain immediately goes into overdrive, right? You're thinking, $3 is okay, but $6.50 for a medium? That's a huge jump. But then you see it. The large popcorn is only 50 cents more than the medium. It's practically a steal. You'd have to be crazy not to get the large one. It's the best value by far. You grab the large, feeling like you just outsmarted the entire system. You feel like a genius. But what if I told you that you didn't win? What if I told you that you just fell for one of the oldest and most powerful marketing tricks in the book? You literally just got played by something called the decoy effect. That medium popcorn? It was never meant to be sold. It's a decoy, a plant, a ghost. Its only job is to sit there and look like a terrible deal to make the large popcorn look like the most incredible, value-packed, once-in-a-lifetime bargain you've ever seen. The company didn't want you to choose between small and large. They wanted you to compare the medium and the large. And in that comparison, the large always wins. It's an insane psychological trick that guides your hand directly to the option they wanted you to pick all along, making you spend more money without even realizing what just happened. Think about it. It's absolutely everywhere once you start looking for it. It's not just popcorn at the movies. It's in software subscriptions, where the basic plan is cheap. The Pro plan is super expensive, but the best value business plan is just a little bit more than the Pro plan. It's in coffee shops, tech gadgets, newspaper subscriptions, and even fast food combos. They present you with 3 options, knowing full well that one of them is designed to be completely undesirable. It's the ugly duckling of pricing, designed to make the swan next to it look even more beautiful. They are literally building a fake choice just to manipulate your perception of value. The reason this works so well is because our brains are fundamentally lazy. We hate making complex decisions. When we're faced with too many variables, we look for shortcuts. The decoy effect gives us that shortcut. Instead of carefully weighing the pros and cons of what we actually need, we simplify the problem. We see the obviously bad deal, the decoy, and use it as a reference point. Well, I'm definitely not getting that one, we think. And just like that, the company has narrowed your focus and steered you exactly where they want you to go, making you feel smart for choosing the better deal, while they walk away with more of your cash. So how do you beat this insane mind trick? How do you break free from the decoy's spell and actually buy what you need? The secret is to completely ignore the comparisons they are forcing on you. You have to walk into that situation with a clear mission. Before you even look at the prices, you need to ask yourself one simple, powerful question. What do I actually need right now? Not what's the best value, not what's the biggest bargain, but what is the fundamental thing I came here to buy? Do you need a small popcorn because you're just a little hungry? Then get the small popcorn. Don't let the price of the medium and large even enter your mind. This is a battle against your own brain's programming. Your instincts will scream at you to compare. That's what we do. We compare everything. But you have to consciously override that instinct. Cover the other options with your hand if you have to. Literally block them from your view. Focus only on the product that fits your original need. If you only need the basic features of a software, don't even look at the pro or business plans. They will only serve to make you question your decision and tempt you to upgrade for features you will probably never, ever use. It's about being intentional, not reactive. You are in control, not the pricing psychologist who designed the menu. Another huge strategy is to reframe the choice. Instead of comparing the large popcorn to the medium popcorn, compare the large popcorn to what else you could buy with that money. That $7 large popcorn isn't just 50 cents more than the medium, it's $4 more than the small. What else could you do with $4? You could buy a drink. You could put it towards a different snack later. You could literally just keep it in your wallet. When you change the comparison from their rigged setup to a real-world cost, the amazing deal suddenly doesn't look so amazing anymore. You're taking back the power of comparison and using it for your own benefit. Ultimately, this all comes down to mindfulness. These companies are betting that you'll be on autopilot, that you'll make a quick emotional decision based on the easy comparison they've laid out for you. Your greatest weapon is to just pause. Take a deep breath. Step back from the menu or the web page and think for 5 seconds. Is this a want or a need? Am I being influenced by a decoy? Is the bigger option actually better for me, or is it just better for the company's bottom line? By simply stopping and thinking, you break the spell. You move from being a manipulated consumer to a conscious buyer. And that's a superpower that will save you thousands of dollars. Okay, let's talk about one of the sneakiest, most diabolical traps in modern marketing, the free trial. You see it everywhere. Try our streaming service free for 30 days. Get your first month of our amazing productivity app on us. Sign up now for a 7-day free trial. It sounds incredible, right? It's a chance to test drive a product with absolutely no risk. You think to yourself, what's the harm? I'll just try it out, and if I don't like it, I'll cancel. Easy. You enter your credit card details, telling yourself you'll definitely 100% remember to cancel it before the trial ends. You set a mental note. You feel smart and savvy for getting something for free. But here's the crazy part, and companies know this better than anyone. Life gets in the way. That mental note you made gets buried under a mountain of other thoughts. Work deadlines, social plans, what to eat for dinner. You get busy, you forget. And then, a month later, you're checking your bank statement and you see it. A charge for $14.99 from a service you used twice and completely forgot existed. You just fell victim to the subscription sneak attack. They dangle the free gift in front of you, knowing that a huge percentage of people will simply forget to cancel. It's not a bug in the system, it's the entire feature. They are banking on your forgetfulness. The statistics on this are absolutely insane. Did you know that some studies show that over 60% of people who sign up for a free trial forget to cancel it and end up paying for at least 1 month? 60%. That is a massive number of people getting charged for something they didn't actively decide to buy. The business model is built on this inertia. They make it incredibly easy to sign up, just 1 or 2 clicks. But when it comes time to cancel, suddenly you have to navigate a maze of confusing menus, answer a dozen questions about why you're leaving, and maybe even call a customer service number and wait on hold for an hour. They remove all friction from starting and add all the friction in the world to stopping. This trap is even more powerful because of something called the endowment effect. Once we own something, even for a trial period, our brain starts to value it more. We get used to the convenience of the streaming service or the features of the app. The thought of losing it becomes more painful than the thought of paying a small monthly fee to keep it. So even if you do remember to cancel, you might hesitate. Well, it's only $10 a month, you'll say. I might use it later. And just like that, they've got you. The free trial wasn't just a trial, it was a psychological onboarding process designed to make you a paying customer for life. So, you're tired of these subscription vampires slowly draining your bank account every month. How do you fight back? How do you build a defense system that's stronger than their sneaky tactics? Your number one most powerful weapon is your calendar. The second, and I mean the very second, you sign up for a free trial, before you even start using the service, you need to pull out your phone. Open your calendar app and set a reminder. Not for the day the trial ends. That's an amateur move. You need to set a reminder for 2 or 3 days before the trial ends. This gives you a buffer. It gives you time to actually use the service one last time and decide if it's worth the money. Your reminder shouldn't just say cancel subscription, that's too vague. You need to be specific. Your reminder should say something like, cancel, name of service, free trial. It charges $19.99 tomorrow. Be aggressive with your future self. Give yourself all the information you need to make an immediate decision. The price is the most important part. Seeing that dollar amount will snap you out of your complacency and force you to evaluate if the service is truly worth that much to you. It turns an abstract future event into a concrete, immediate financial decision. Don't trust your brain to remember, trust the system you put in place. But what if you already have a bunch of subscriptions and you don't even know what you're paying for? It's time for a subscription audit. This is going to be the most productive 10 minutes of your week, I promise. There are amazing apps out there like Truebill or Rocket Money that you can link to your bank account. These apps will automatically scan your transactions and identify all of your recurring subscriptions in one place. It is an absolute game changer. Seeing a list of every single service that is taking money from you each month is a massive wake-up call. You will almost certainly find at least 1 or 2 ghost subscriptions you forgot about. Once you have that list, be ruthless. For every single subscription, ask yourself, have I used this in the last month? If the answer is no, cancel it. Don't hesitate. Don't say I might use it later. If you really miss it, you can always sign up again. But the chances are, you won't even notice it's gone. Then, for the ones you do use, ask, is this providing me more value than it costs? Is that $15 streaming service you watch one movie on a month really worth it? By being proactive, using technology to your advantage, and being brutally honest with yourself, you can slay the subscription dragon and take back control of your money. Okay. This next one is a trap that gets literally everyone. You're shopping online, you've carefully picked out the one item you need. Let's say it's a $25 t-shirt. You're happy with your choice, you go to your cart, and you're ready to check out. But then you see it, those magic words that send a shiver of excitement down your spine. Free shipping on orders over $50. And right below that, in big bold letters, you're only $25 away from free shipping. Your brain immediately short-circuits. The thought of paying $6 or $7 for shipping feels like you're throwing money directly into a bonfire. It feels like a total waste. So what do? You do exactly what millions of other people do every single day. You click out of the cart and go back to the store. You start frantically searching for something, anything, that costs around $25 to push your order over that magical $50 threshold. You don't even really need anything else. But you find another shirt, or maybe some socks you kind of like. You add it to your cart. Your total is now $50. You got the free shipping. You feel like you've won. You've beaten the system and saved yourself that $7 shipping fee. But did you really? You just turned a $25 purchase into a $50 purchase to save $7. It's completely insane when you think about it. This trick is so powerful because of a psychological bias called loss aversion. Basically, our brains feel the pain of losing something. In this case, $7 for shipping. About twice as powerfully as we feel the pleasure of gaining something. Paying for shipping feels like a loss, a penalty, a tax on our purchase. Getting free shipping, on the other hand, feels like a win, a reward, a special bonus. Online retailers know this. They have weaponized our hatred of paying for shipping to manipulate us into spending way more money than we ever intended. The free shipping isn't free at all. It's a marketing cost that they've cleverly tricked you into paying for by buying more stuff. They set that free shipping threshold at a strategic point. usually just above the average order value. They know what most people typically spend, and they place the finish line just out of reach, tempting you to stretch just a little bit further. It's a carefully calculated number designed to maximize their profits. They are dangling a carrot in front of you, and the carrot is the illusion of saving money. But in the process of chasing that carrot, you end up handing over a much bigger pile of cash. They've turned your desire to be frugal against you in one of the most brilliant and frustrating marketing jujitsu moves ever conceived. So how do you escape this free shipping vortex that sucks the money right out of your wallet? The solution is painfully simple, but it requires you to fight every instinct in your body. You have to do the math, the real math. When you're in your cart and you see that you're only $10 away from free shipping, you need to stop. Don't go back to the store. Don't start browsing. Just stay on the checkout page and look at the two possible outcomes as if they were two separate deals. Deal A is you buy what you originally wanted and pay the shipping fee. Deal B is you buy more stuff you didn't plan on buying to get the free shipping. Let's run the numbers. In our first example, the t-shirt. Deal A. You spend $25 on the shirt plus $7 on shipping. Your total cost, the actual money leaving your bank account, is $32. Deal B, you spend $50 on 2 shirts to save that $7 shipping fee. Your total cost is $50. Which number is smaller? 32 is obviously way less than 50. You are literally saving yourself $18 by just paying for the shipping. When you lay it out like that, it becomes so clear. The free shipping option is actually the more expensive option. It's a trap, and doing the simple math is how you disarm it. Now, there is one exception to this rule. If the item you need to add to your cart to get free shipping is something you were already planning to buy anyway, like a staple item, something you use every day, like toothpaste or paper towels, then it might make sense. But you have to be brutally honest with yourself. Is this something you genuinely need and will use, or are you just rationalizing an impulse purchase to get the deal? 99% of the time, it's the latter. You're just making an excuse to spend more. So unless you have a pre-approved list of needed items, just pay the shipping. It's almost always the cheaper choice. The ultimate power move here is to reframe how you think about shipping costs. Stop thinking of it as a penalty or a waste of money. Start thinking of it as a convenience fee. You are paying a small amount of money for the incredible convenience of having an item delivered directly to your front door without you having to leave your house, drive to a store, find parking, and search the aisles. When you think of it that way, a $6 or $7 fee seems pretty reasonable, doesn't it? By changing your mindset, you take away the emotional sting of the shipping cost, which removes the company's power to manipulate you with the promise of making it free. All right, let's talk about your favorite YouTubers, TikTokers, and Instagrammers. You trust them, right? When they say a product is amazing, you believe them. But what if I told you that recommendation might not be real? What if it's just a giant, hidden advertisement designed to make you spend your money? This is the secret world of influencer marketing. And today, we are exposing it. We're going to peel back the curtain on these sponsored posts and show you how you're being sold things without even realizing it. It's one of the most powerful marketing tricks in the world because it uses people you already like and trust to get into your wallet. This is insane when you think about it. Companies will literally pay influencers thousands, tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars just to hold a product and say they like it. They aren't paying for a normal ad. They are literally paying for that person's trust. Your trust. They know that if your favorite creator recommends a new energy drink or a new video game, you're way more likely to buy it than if you saw a boring TV commercial. It feels like a friend telling you about something cool, but it's not. It's a calculated business transaction, and you are the target. So how do you spot these hidden ads? It's actually harder than you think. Sometimes they'll flash a tiny hash ad or hash sponsored tag in the description where no one looks, or they'll say it super fast in the video. But many times, the disclosure is murky or completely missing, which is actually against the rules. These companies are betting that you won't notice or won't care. They want the endorsement to feel 100% genuine, like the creator discovered this product on their own and just had to share it with you. But it's not a discovery, it's a script. It's a paid performance, and the goal is to make a sale. Before you rush out and buy that new gaming chair or those life-changing headphones your favorite streamer recommended, you have to stop and ask yourself one simple question. Are they being paid to say this? Look for the signs. Check the description box. Listen carefully for any sponsorship mentions, and just be skeptical. Don't let the trust you have for a creator be turned into a marketing weapon against you. They might be amazing entertainers, but when they're selling something, you have to remember that it's a business, and their job in that moment is to sell. Don't fall for it. The reason this works so well is because of something called the parasocial relationship. That's a fancy term for the one-sided connection you feel with creators online. You watch their videos every day, you know about their life, their friends, their dog. You feel like you know them personally. So when they recommend a product, it doesn't feel like a corporation trying to sell you something. It feels like a friend giving you a hot tip. This is the ultimate marketing hack. They are leveraging your emotional connection to sell you stuff you probably don't even need. It's genius. And it's a little bit evil, honestly. Think about it like this. I could literally fill this entire studio with $1 million in cash and tell you that this brand of water is the best water on the planet. And a lot of you would believe me. That's the power of influence. Companies know this. They aren't just buying ad space, they are buying a trusted voice to speak directly to you. They are bypassing all your normal skepticism because the message is coming from a source you've already decided to trust. This is why you see influencers promoting everything from mobile games to meal kits to skincare. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry built entirely on this trust trap. So what's the challenge for you? From now on, every single time you see an influencer with a product, I challenge you to become a detective. Your mission is to find the sponsorship. Is it a link in their bio? A discount code with their name on it? A tiny hashtag buried under a mountain of other hashtags? Treat it like a game. By actively looking for the ad, you break the spell. You remind yourself that this is a business deal, not a friendly recommendation. This simple habit will save you so much money over time because you'll start seeing these posts for what they really are. Ultimately, you have to separate the entertainer from the advertiser. It's okay to enjoy their content, to watch their vlogs, and to be a fan. But the moment a product appears, you need to put up a mental wall. Remember that they have a financial incentive to make that product look as good as possible. Their opinion is, quite literally, for sale. Don't let their influence trick you into making impulse purchases. Be smarter than the marketers. Your wallet will thank you for it, I promise you that. This is a big one, so don't forget it. Have you ever walked into a grocery store for just one thing, like milk, and walked out with a cart full of stuff you didn't plan on buying? That was not an accident. It was by design. Store layouts are literal mazes of manipulation, engineered by psychologists and marketers to make you spend more money. And today, we're giving you the secret map to escape. The moment you walk in, the game begins. They hit you with the smell of fresh bread from the bakery, or the sight of beautiful, colorful flowers. This isn't to be nice, it's to put you in a good mood, because happy shoppers spend more money. It's a sensory trick to lower your guard from the second you step inside. And why is the milk always at the back of the store? I'll tell you why. It's the ultimate trap. They know that milk, eggs, and bread are the most common items people shop for. By placing them at the absolute farthest point from the entrance, they force you to walk past thousands of other products. You have to go down the snack aisle, past the shiny new sodas, through the candy section. It's a gauntlet of temptation. They are maximizing the number of items you see, betting that your willpower will break and you'll grab a few extra things along the way. It's not a coincidence. It's a carefully crafted strategy to increase your basket size. They also use the layout to control the pace of your shopping. Have you noticed the aisles are just wide enough for 2 carts to barely squeeze by? This is intentional. It slows you down, forcing you to spend more time in the aisle looking at products. And what about those displays at the end of every single aisle called end caps? Companies pay a fortune to have their products placed there. They know that these are high-traffic areas where you're more likely to make an impulse purchase. It's like a series of mini commercials you're forced to watch as you navigate the store. So how do you beat this maze? It's simple, but it takes discipline. You need a list, a physical written down list, and you have to stick to it like your life depends on it. Don't just wander through the aisles, go only to the aisles that have the items on your list. Wear headphones to block out the manipulative store music. And the biggest rule of all, never shop when you're hungry or emotional. When you're hungry, everything looks delicious. When you're sad, you buy comfort food. Go in with a plan, execute the plan, and get out. Treat it like a military mission. It's not just the layout, it's everything you see, hear, and smell. Let's break it down. We already talked about the smell of the bakery making you happy and hungry. What about the music? The slow, relaxing music you hear in most supermarkets isn't a random playlist. Studies have shown that slow-tempo music causes people to move more slowly, and as a result, buy more. They are literally controlling your body's rhythm to keep you in the store longer. If they played fast-paced rock music, you'd rush through and buy less. It's all part of the psychological game. Next, let's talk about what you see. The most expensive brands are always placed at eye level. This is prime real estate in a store. Cheaper brands or store brand alternatives. They're usually way up high on the top shelf or way down low near the floor. They are betting that you're too lazy to look up or crouch down. They make the most profitable choice the easiest choice. And what about the cereal aisle? All the sugary cartoon character cereals are placed at a child's eye level. They know that kids will see them, beg their parents for them, and create a sale. It's incredibly manipulative. And they don't just target you, they target your kids. The checkout lane is the final boss of store manipulation. It's lined with candy, soda, and magazines for a reason. You've been shopping for a while, your willpower is low, and maybe your kids are getting fussy. This is the impulse zone. They know you're a captive audience while you wait in line, so they bombard you with cheap, easy-to-grab items, hoping you'll give in and toss one onto the conveyor belt. Every single inch of that store, from the entrance to the exit, is designed with one goal: separating you from your money. The challenge here is to become a mindful shopper. Be aware of these tricks as they're happening. When you smell the fresh cookies, say to yourself, they're trying to make me hungry. When you see the expensive brand at eye level, make a point to look at the top and bottom shelves. When you're in the checkout line, ignore everything around you and focus on unloading your cart. By recognizing the strategy, you take back the power. You're no longer a mindless consumer walking through their maze. You're an informed player who knows the rules of the game. Have you ever seen an ad for a product so many times that you start to feel like you just know it? Even if you've never used it, it feels familiar, trustworthy even. This is not a coincidence. This is one of the oldest and most powerful marketing tricks in the book, and it's called the mere exposure effect. The basic idea is terrifyingly simple. The more you're exposed to something, the more you like it. Marketers know this, and they use it to literally brainwash you into trusting their brand without giving you a single good reason to. They just repeat. It's an all-out assault on your subconscious. Think about a brand of soda or a fast food chain. You've seen their logo thousands of times. On TV, on billboards, in YouTube ads, on social media, it's everywhere. You've seen it so much that it's become part of your mental furniture. So when you're thirsty or hungry and you have to make a quick choice, what do you reach for? You reach for the one you recognize, the one that feels familiar and safe. You're not choosing it because it's the best option. You're choosing it because they've relentlessly pounded its name and logo into your brain until it feels like an old friend. This psychological trick is so powerful because it bypasses your rational brain. You're not thinking about the product's quality, its price, or its ingredients. Your brain is just taking a shortcut. It thinks, I've seen this before, so it must be okay. It must be popular. It must be trustworthy. This is a survival instinct from our caveman days that has been hijacked by capitalism. Back then, familiar things were safe, and new things could be dangerous. Today, that same instinct makes you choose Coca-Cola over a generic brand, even if they taste exactly the same. It's all about manufactured familiarity. The challenge for you is to actively fight this programming. The next time you feel drawn to a product simply because you've seen its ads a million times, I want you to stop. Force yourself to actually research it. Read reviews from real, independent sources. Compare it to its competitors. Ask yourself, do I actually trust this brand? Or have I just been conditioned to recognize it? By consciously questioning that feeling of familiarity, you break the spell. You start making decisions with your logical brain, not your manipulated ad-filled subconscious. It is a battle for your own mind. So how do they achieve this insane level of repetition? They use a strategy called retargeting, and it's super creepy. Have you ever looked at a product on a website, like a pair of shoes, and then for the next 2 weeks, you see ads for those exact shoes on every single website you visit, on Facebook, on YouTube, on news sites? They are literally following you around the internet. This isn't magic, it's a tracking cookie they placed on your browser. They are intentionally keeping that product in front of your face over and over and over again, waiting for the mere exposure effect to kick in and push you to finally make the purchase. This constant bombardment does more than just make a brand feel familiar. It creates a false sense of social proof. When you see a brand everywhere, your brain starts to assume that it must be really popular and successful. You think, wow, everyone must be buying this if they can afford to advertise this much. But that's not necessarily true. It could just be a company with a massive advertising budget trying to create the illusion of popularity. They are spending millions of dollars to make you think they're the #1 choice, hoping you'll follow the imaginary crowd they've created in your head. So what's the ultimate weapon in this fight against repetition? It's simple. Ad blockers. I want you to go and install an ad blocker on your web browser right now. Pause this video and do it. This is one of the single most effective things you can do to protect your mind and your wallet from manipulation. By blocking the ads, you stop the cycle of repetition before it even starts. You prevent companies from following you around the internet and from pounding their message into your subconscious. You take back control of the information you see online. It's a game changer. But even with ad blockers, you have to stay vigilant. This principle applies to logos on clothes, product placements in movies, and sponsorships in videos. The goal is always the same, to increase exposure and build that false familiarity. Your defense is awareness. When you recognize that you're being subjected to a repetition campaign, it loses its power. You can see the trick for what it is. You are no longer a passive target. You are an active observer who understands the game. And when you understand the game, you can't be tricked into playing it. All right, let's talk about one of the oldest tricks in the book, something so simple you won't believe how many people fall for it every single day. I'm talking about bundles, people. You've seen them everywhere, from your favorite fast food place to the latest video game console release. They package a bunch of stuff together, slap a single price on it, and make it seem like you're getting the deal of a lifetime. It's like a treasure chest of savings, right? But what if I told you that Treasure Chest is actually designed to make you spend more money on things you never even wanted in the first place? It's an insane marketing strategy that literally preys on your brain's desire for value. Think about it. You walk into a store to buy a new camera. That's it, just the camera. But right next to it is the Pro Vlogger bundle for just a little bit more. It has the camera, a tripod you don't need, a microphone you'll never use, 3 different lenses, and a carrying case that looks kinda cool. Your brain immediately starts doing the math, thinking, wow, if I bought all this separately, it would cost a fortune. This bundle is an absolute steal. But hold on a second. You didn't come here for a tripod or a microphone. You came for a camera. They just tricked you into spending extra money by creating a sense of overwhelming value that's almost impossible to ignore. This is a masterclass in psychological manipulation. And it works because it shifts your focus. You're no longer thinking about what you need. You're thinking about what you could get. The marketers have successfully changed the entire conversation inside your head. They've bundled one item you wanted with 5 items you didn't, and the perceived value of the unwanted items makes the whole package seem irresistible. It's a classic case of quantity over quality, but they present it as the best of both worlds. They are literally manufacturing desire for products you had zero interest in just moments before seeing the bundle. It's a powerful and incredibly effective trap. So the next time you see a bundle, I want you to stop and ask yourself a simple question. If these items weren't in a bundle, would I buy every single one of them individually? Be honest. The answer is almost always no. You're not saving money if you're spending more than you originally planned on items that will just end up collecting dust in your closet. Don't fall for the illusion of value. Stick to your original plan. Buy only what you came for, and you'll walk away with the real prize, keeping your hard-earned cash right where it belongs, in your wallet. Now let's move on to the cousin of the bundle deal, the legendary BOGO buy one, get one free. These three little words are like a magic spell for retailers. The moment we see BOGO, our brains light up like a Christmas tree. Free! We're getting something for free. It feels like we're winning, like we're outsmarting the system. But are we really? What if I told you that the BOGO sale is one of the most brilliant ways to get you to spend 100% more than you intended? You walk in to buy one shirt, and you walk out with two, doubling your spending just because the second one was free. It's an absolutely genius trick. Here's the secret they don't want you to know. The cost of that free item is often baked into the price of the first one. Retailers aren't charities, you guys. They wouldn't be in business if they were actually giving things away for nothing. They might slightly inflate the price of the first item to cover the cost of the second, or they use the BOGO offer to clear out old inventory that wasn't selling anyway. They create an incredible sense of urgency, making you feel like you have to act now or miss out on this amazing freebie. But the reality is, you're often just buying two things for the price of two things. The psychology here is incredibly powerful. The word free bypasses our rational thought process. A study showed that people overwhelmingly prefer a buy one get one free deal over a 50% off two items deal, even though they are mathematically identical. That's insane. The concept of getting a whole tangible item for free is just so much more appealing to our brains than the abstract concept of a percentage discount. Marketers know this. They exploit this cognitive bias to its absolute limit, getting you to load up your cart with stuff you don't need simply by dangling a free carrot in front of you. So how do you beat the BOGO trap? It's almost the same as the bundle. Before you grab that second item, ask yourself, would I buy this if it were 50% off? If the answer is no, then you don't really want it. And more importantly, ask, do I even need two of these? Often, the answer is a hard no. You're not saving money by acquiring something you won't use. You're just cluttering up your home and emptying your bank account faster. Don't let the magic word free trick you into doubling your spending. Stay focused, be smart, and only buy what you truly need. Okay, we've gone through 9 of the craziest marketing traps that companies spend billions of dollars on to trick you. We've talked about fake discounts, scarcity, decoys, subscription traps, and so much more. It's a battlefield out there, and you guys are the target. But now it's time to arm you with the ultimate weapon, a mental checklist. This is what you need to run through your head before you ever pull out your wallet or click that buy now button. This checklist is your shield. It's your defense against every single trick we've talked about. Mastering this will literally save you thousands of dollars. First question on the checklist: why am I really buying this? Seriously, take a second and be honest with yourself. Are you buying it because you have a genuine need for it, something that will actually improve your life? Or are you buying it because you're feeling bored, sad, or stressed? Emotional spending is a huge trap. Companies love it when you're feeling down because your defenses are low. Or maybe you're buying it because an ad you saw 10 times finally wore you down. Identify the true motivation behind the purchase. If it's anything other than a genuine need, that's a massive red flag. Second question, can I truly afford this right now? And I don't just mean, do I have enough money in my account to not have the transaction declined? I mean, does this purchase fit into your budget? Will buying this prevent you from paying a bill, saving for a goal, or investing in your future? A lot of these marketing tricks are designed to make you feel like you can't afford to miss the deal. But that's a lie. What you can't afford is to go into debt for something you don't need. Be brutally honest about your financial situation. If it's a stretch, the answer is no. Wait until you can comfortably afford it without any stress. Third, and this is a big one. Did I plan to buy this today? Think back to this morning. When you woke up, was buy a new 4K television on your to-do list? Or did you just happen to see a flash sale that suddenly created the desire out of thin air? Spontaneous, unplanned purchases are the lifeblood of these marketing traps. This is where they get you. By simply asking this question, you break the spell of urgency. You remind yourself of your original intentions. If it wasn't part of the plan, give yourself 24 hours. I guarantee that 9 times out of 10, the desperate need for that item will completely disappear. The final questions on your checklist are all about fighting the specific tactics we've discussed. So, next question. Have I compared prices and checked the price history? Don't just trust the 70% off sticker. That's what they want you to do. Open your phone right there in the store or open a new tab if you're online. Use a price comparison tool or a price history tracker. See what other retailers are charging. See what this item actually sold for last month. This single step will instantly reveal fake discounts and expose price anchoring. You'll be shocked at how often the amazing deal is just the normal price. Next up, when you see a deal that seems too good to be true, like a BOGO or a bundle, ask yourself, am I buying this just for the deal? Are you genuinely excited about every single item in that bundle? Or are you just mesmerized by the perceived savings? Remember the trick. Would you buy all these items separately? Would you buy that second item if it was just 50% off? This question cuts through the illusion of value and forces you to confront what you actually want versus what the marketers are pushing on you. It puts you back in control, focusing on your needs, not their manufactured deals that are designed to make you overspend. And finally, the most important mindset shift of all is moving from being a passive consumer to an intentional shopper. A passive consumer is led by emotions, advertisements, and store layouts. They wander aimlessly, susceptible to every trick and trap. An intentional shopper, which is what you are now, enters the battle with a plan. You have a list, you have a budget, you have your mental checklist ready to go. You are on a mission, and that mission is to get only what you need and get out. You are no longer a target. You are a hunter, seeking out true value and ignoring all the noise. This isn't about never buying nice things again. This is about empowerment. It's about making sure that every single dollar you spend is a conscious choice that you made, not a choice that a marketing team in a boardroom made for you. By asking these questions and adopting this mindset, you take back the power. You become the master of your money and your mind. You'll not only save an incredible amount of cash, but you'll also feel so much better about the purchases you do make, knowing they were truly your decision. You've beaten the game. So there you have it. We've pulled back the curtain on the biggest marketing traps in the world. From the psychology of discounts to the layout of the store, you now know the secret playbook that companies use to trick you into spending more money. They have spent billions of dollars and decades of research to get inside your head. They've built an entire system designed to manipulate your decisions and empty your wallet. It's a massive, complex game that until now, you've been playing on hard mode without even knowing the rules. But that all changes today. The game is still going on, but now you have the cheat codes. You know how to spot a fake discount from a mile away. You know how to resist the false urgency of a limited time offer. You know how to see through the illusion of a BOGO deal and a value bundle. You are now equipped with the knowledge to navigate the world of shopping without falling into these carefully laid traps. Marketing is smart, there's no doubt about it. They have teams of geniuses working around the clock to come up with new ways to get your money. But now, so are you. You have the power to make conscious, intentional decisions with your money. You can walk into any store or browse any website with confidence, knowing that you are in control. If you learned something new in this video, something that will help you save money and make smarter choices, do me a huge favor and smash that like button. It tells the YouTube algorithm that this is good stuff and helps other people see it. And if you have a friend who is always falling for these deals, share this video with them. You could literally save their wallet. It's the ultimate life hack. And of course, if you want more content like this, more videos on how to master your money, beat the system, and upgrade your life, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing. We're just getting started, and you are not going to want to miss what's coming next. Thank you guys so much for watching. You're all legends. Now go out there and be the smart shopper I know you are. We'll see you in the next video.